welcome back. This is Denise, and today I'm so inspired by just playing and mixing color that I thought we would do another one in a different colorway. And I'll be using again this Kissho paint for Japanese painting horn face Aya Ayami ink 20 colors set that I did get off Amazon. Don't think I paid $80, so I think that's probably the import duties on that. But I've had them for probably a year and a half, maybe even longer than that, and like I keep trying to emphasize, use what you've got. And I am using supplies that I have had. Maybe they don't come out very often, or maybe I'm obsessed with a particular paint at a given time and I just use that until I finally am like, okay, I'm ready to play with something else. And I really enjoyed the wide border that we did on that piece. And I'm gonna do it again. So I'm just eyeballing it, nothing specific here. I'm using that Hahnemuhle paper, which does usually pretty good with not tearing with the tapes. That's why it's one of my favorite, and I like how it looks when you've painted on it. And here's my little sample sheet that we had done with that other one. I'm kind of looking, thinking, what are these colors? So let's just flip it over. I got to do something different than what we did to really make this fun. So maybe that yellow and that blue would be a fun choice. I had these wet. Let me wet them again. Or, ooh, purple and yellow. Purple and yellow kind of make brown. But they are kind of on the color wheel, kind of opposite each other. So they are like complementary colors. And we could do like, we've got this, we could do this orange, this violet. I'm just looking here real quick. If we do kind of along here, these three kind of equidistant ones, we could do the blue-green. If we did the yellow, oh yeah, now they're coming out good. The purple, and do we like a blue-green? I mean, we could maybe dip this one in and just see what we got. That's possible. We got this greenish one here too. That's too green. I don't really like that. I am kind of thinking though, I like that yellow and that, I like the yellow and the purpley violet color. We'll just kind of, because none of these are really blue-green, are they? Let's see what this one is. Ooh, I like that one too. Look at that. That's a pretty one. That's kind of, I don't know the color names of this set. They're all in Japanese, and I don't have I don't have them translated. Ooh, what about that colorway? I'm kind of feeling that. Let's do it. All right, so we're using that kind of greeny color and those two right there. Now they're all wet, so I'm not going to try to even pull them out. I'm going to try to start like in the center again, like I did with the other one, because that kind of helped me. And I want wonky. I'm not looking for perfection here. I want kind of wonky and weird and fun. And maybe we'll kind of dip this in and just see what that looks like dipped in, perhaps. I mean, we could pick that up and maybe do, I don't know, do I want to introduce? Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Now that I did it. And I could kind of work on both sides at the same time. I'm just trying to get like an equal number of those as we're going. Did not mean to do that. I thought that had that, in my mind it had that red. Let's do that. How about that? And I might even try mixing those two and just seeing what that gives us. Just kind of nothing perfect here. I'm not looking for perfection. just looking to have some fun, mixing and playing, experimenting. Maybe dipping my brush into both of the colors to see, was that different enough? That one was not different enough. That's okay. That's okay. Kind of go off the edge here. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. That one's fun. That one's funner than I was thinking it might be. All right, let's let those dry, and then we'll see what we got to work with. And so now also I'm going to kind of think, what colors could I put with that? Kind of feeling like that one that's always too dark is maybe a choice. Posca pens. This one's maybe a good choice, a Posca pen. Do I have one of these crayons? That would be a good choice. Maybe I like some of these King Art and Malibu crayon ones, so those could maybe be possible for mark making. Been pulling those out more because after I got them, they never really came back out after that. We could do temper stick, we could do marker, lots of choices. So I'll be right back when this is kind of dried. All right, we're mostly dry. I pulled out some Neocolor 2 crayons also. I got my black wing matte pencil, and I'm going to just do some of the things that I enjoy doing on here. And you know, with this watercolor being dry versus wet, you can really see the pencil show up even more than on the ones where it wasn't quite as dry when I started doing some of the marking. And it's just about play, experiment, play with what you got. I got a Malibu mixed media art crayon here that could maybe just give me some fun mark making in a dot, maybe. Don't know that I love it, but I did it once. I'm going to do it again. That way it was on purpose. It's kind of too light. I didn't pick the darker. Maybe if I went over it with like a darker. No, that one's kind of light too. All right, is what it is. We're just gonna take what we got there. And I'm kind of thinking that I might want a little bit of white in here. Kind of get that started. And you do want these to be pretty dry when you go for the white pen. I'm looking for the little kind of sketchy kind of look. So sometimes I get it sketchy. Sometimes it comes out perfect. Like look on this one, I've got it going now pretty good. Comes out pretty perfect. The last piece I didn't have it rolling out quite as good as it could have been, but I still liked it because it was very sketchy. So if it's sketchy, you don't have that little roller ball moving as good. And maybe get it started on another piece of paper and practice a bit with it, and you'll get that going. Okay, I like that. Good choice. Let's put that. This is still wet though. Is it too wet? Kind of want this over here. Oh, I bet it's too wet, but it's kind of fun. Do it anyway. Okay, that's the Uniball Signo in the white. I've got it in the silver and the gold. It is fun in the different colors. Okay, I'm kind of feeling like a yummy little dot in this burgundy Posca pen. Because why not? This was an exercise in showing you that you could play this game with this type of sampler with any brand watercolor that you had. So you do not have to be working with whatever I'm working with. This is about discovering and playing in the supplies that you have and kind of pushing them to see what would they do, and then playing with different material on top so you discover interesting things about your supplies, what you like, what you don't like. Did that color do what you expected? Most of the supplies that I'm using on these are they dry pretty good, so I do not put a fixative on them. If I were using soft pastel or oil pastel, I would have to fix those. Okay, I like that bit of green. I almost think that that green Posca pen it's always too much. Like I always think, oh, I don't know about that. I kind of want to do some mark making in my graphite pencil. And I'm almost thinking like the coffee bean shape that I discovered that I liked out of the Gustav Klimt master study. I have a class on a master study for him if you want to check that out and do some master studies. But the master study with him was about really discovering all the marks and patterns that he used in his paintings. And there was one set of marks that looked like a little coffee bean. And that's super fun as just an interesting, like, ooh, what is that? Like, you're not quite sure and you're looking at it and it's just an oval with a line in it that looks like a coffee bean. And I think I want to put one over here, but I want to not put my hand all over my drawing just in case anything's still wet. Yeah, so if you're stuck for like kinds of marks that you like to do, which I get stuck all the time, and I have done more study than most people for artists and master studies because I enjoy them, but you forget what you like when you're actually creating a piece. You could do yourself a little a master sheet of favorite marks, or you could go back and revisit some of those master studies, because sometimes I get into a rut and I'm like, I don't remember some of the fun things that I liked, and I'll have to revisit those and be like, ooh, yeah, I liked that. Okay, I like gold, so we're doing the Kuretake gold mica ink in a fine line bottle, because you know, if you've been around for 5 minutes, it's one of my favorite. But use any that you got. You don't have to be doing what I'm doing. Do what you've got on hand. I just like the lovely shimmer I get from this beautiful gold. And it is beautiful. We'll do some little dots, and then I could potentially be there for today. This sampler was way more fun than I even was thinking it was going to be. So this was a great paint day. Ooh, I like it. Let's put this one yeah, let's just do it here. I probably should have done it there, but I already had the gold circles around it. I kind of wanted it to be not in the same one that had the circles around it. And I'm not being very strategic in where I'm putting stuff. I'm just kind of going with the flow. You could definitely be way more strategic than me and really, be thoughtful about your piece. It's more about just play for me. I enjoy showing up and hanging with you guys and just smushing color on paper. And who cares where we ended up for the day? It was just fun and relaxing mentally, just to not get so stressed. Look how pretty that is. Okay, I'm liking this one. Let's just see. Do we need anything else before we say that's pretty good? I think that's pretty good for today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. And I did notice on the big piece that I tore a tiny bit at the very end, so I'm just going to heat the tape up a little bit, because I used a lot of a wide area of tape. And if you heat the tape, it just kind of releases that adhesive on the tape, and you're less likely to tear your paper. I like to use papers that I already don't have to worry about tearing it with the tape, and then this is just like the extra. If you're using wood pulp paper like the Canson XL and you're wondering why the tape tears your paper, it's the paper, it's not you. Some papers are terrible. That Stonehenge paper is so soft, it doesn't even matter if I heat the tape. Sometimes I tear the paper, so it's the paper that is the problem. It's probably not you or the tape, it's the paper. So I hope that makes somebody feel good if they're using paper and they're like, why does hers peel so good and mine doesn't? Look at this one. Okay, now this one actually I'm pretty excited about. I like those colors. I like them way more than I even expected. That was a super fun colorway. Hope you enjoy trying out some of these sampler pieces where you're not really stressing about what you're doing, but you're mixing and playing in color. Just seeing what you get in whatever brand that you have. These are fun. Hope you enjoyed hanging out today, and I'll see you guys next time.